Scott, I suppose the first really close test there, and how do you feel the girls got through in the end?
Yeah, we just got through, so we just got over the line, and full credit to Melbourne. I thought Melbourne played absolutely fantastic today, and really well structured, well coached, and it's one of those games where we'll bank the 4 points and take a lot of learnings out of it. And it's good sides always find a way to win, and I think we did that today. But there's a long way to go.
You mentioned the learnings. What are some of those learnings that you can take out?
I think when sides try something different and you don't have a plan, you've got to find a way. And the girls did today, but it took them a little while to get going with that. And we weren't able to play the way that we want to play and move the ball how we want to move the ball. So we had to find a different way. And we got there, but I'd say it was an unconvincing win.
Emma King was pretty important for you.
She was able
to do it full forward there.
Yeah, correct. And Emma King's imposing as a forward. The trouble is that you take her out of the ruck, and Kate Gillespie-Jones is an undersized ruck. She does the job as far as following up from the stoppages, but she's never going to win the hit-outs against the big rucks of the competition. So we just find that balance when the timing's right. Sometimes it's a matter of we see what the defenders from the opposition are as far as height goes, and then we just say, we'll roll her forward for a little bit. I'd like to have two of her, though.
Scott, what were your thoughts on Mo's game?
I thought Mo was great today. It's interesting with Mo. We play her in a role that suits the team. So a lot of her attributes are done, I suppose, without seeing goals and points. Today she got on the scoreboard, which was great, but we sort of value her game on things to do with pressure acts, spoiling particularly, and her leading patterns, because at the end of the day she takes the defender up the field and opens up the forward line for others. So we don't want to be one-dimensional down there, which falls back to the Emma King scenario as well. So we like to roll maybe 6 or 7 players through there, and I think Mo plays a big part in that because she educates as well as plays footy.
Yeah, what do you think of the midfield duels? I mean, both pretty elite midfield.
Absolutely. It reminded me of playing Darebin again. It sends shivers up my spine. It's tough. No, look, they're elite, and even the wingers with Lily Mithun on the wing, she was sensational. And that's probably the biggest test we've had so far this year. And I thought Mick structured them up really well, so it was great.
What about the composure at the end? Did you like what you saw there?
I did. I thought our composure actually got us through in the end. It's one of the things I spoke about after the game. I reckon that good sides do that. There's a tendency for that game. That's a type of game. We've been on the road for 3 weeks, come back, first home game in a home state, and the pressure in that game, any side could fall away in that last quarter, but they actually took a big breath and said, no, it's for 17 minutes, we're going to battle this out. And they did, and they controlled the footy, and the stats started going back our way, which was probably what got us the 4 points in the end.
The first home game in Victoria there. It's good to get in front of some of these North fans, given you've been away the last few weeks.
Yeah, it is, and that's the beauty of this program, is that we've got a really good support in Tasmania and really good support here. We're very lucky. I think it's reflective of our member numbers as well, that we're one of the highest AFLW memberships in the competition, and it's great to get. And the girls are really good with it too. If you watch win, lose or draw, they've been fantastic. They've had hard sessions at training, and they still spend the minutes and say hello to all the kids, and that's what the game is. We're all custodians of this spot that we've all hold, and it's really important that we do those little things so the game grows, and in 20 years' time it's really strong.
Obviously unbeaten after 4 games, but still pretty tight in that conference. You can keep the sort of foot on the throat there.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good conference, isn't it? It's everyone sort of says about the conferences, but I keep looking at it and going, how hard is this? Because I suppose I'm focused on what we can control, which is our conference. And just to get a game ahead now is so vital, because we've got a really hard test next week against Adelaide, and we've got to step it up again. And then we finish with Collingwood and then Fremantle over in Fremantle, so it doesn't get any easier. But I think it's now just a matter of trying to get better at being adaptable. And our game, when we're allowed to play our style from oppositions, we go okay. But today was the test that coming up against a side that potentially will finish first or second to us, and we may finish the other way around. But we're looking how we can adapt now and play the style of footy that just wins you games of footy. And this was our first test today.
Prognosis on Courtney Munn. Is she likely to return next week?
She'll definitely be in next week, no problem at all. She actually could have played today, but just being a kid and such a bright star, I just felt, and I was the one that made that call, I just felt that it it just wasn't worth the risk. But she'll absolutely play next week.
How's Ash Riddell coming along in terms of her recovery?
If you speak to Ash, she's going to play next week. If you speak to the medicos, it's still touch and go. And she just she needs to have everything go right with that injury for her to play again. She's rehabbing it really well. But the prognosis is still that last round, maybe first week of the finals at a best case scenario. And as soon as she gets a setback, though, she won't play. So it's that sort of injury where she's just got to get everything to go right.
Did Beth Lynch get some sort of knock to the neck, I believe, in the second?
No, she didn't report anything, no. So they might have come off, but no, I didn't get anything up in the box. Yeah, yep. Yeah, no, I didn't. If it might have happened, but I had too many things going on up there, so I didn't notice it.